would like to do that with you this evening. Yesterday I actually gave a speech at Calvary Chapel, and that was fun. So anyways, this poem is about Luke 5, and it is Luke 5 in the shortest nutshell that I could possibly give. Here goes. A crowd abound by water's edge, abundance found in the deepest waters, ships so full of fish they sink at the power of speech and leave everything behind to follow. The leper's prayer, the sacrifice, keep a secret and all power will descend to deserted places to pray. The word brought to life, paralyzed with disbelief, sins forgiven. Get back up from your fallen state. Go home and be healed. The sinner's friend, healer of the unhealthy. Out with the old, because very few mix the aged with the new. And that was Luke 5 in a nutshell.
All right.
I have a few more to read. I don't know if you're into Christian folklore or anything, but Jonah and the whale. Jonah had a significant fall from grace because he ended up almost dead and drowned in the ocean. So this was inspired by his prayer from the bottom of the ocean, and is titled The Bottom of the Ocean. So here goes. A catastrophic call to our Creator from the crypts kept within the darkest waters. A cry into the sea, Almighty answers with the waves that be, which harbor an element of doubt as this body is cast about the blackened tides of hope. Twisting and turning, sea-tangled and trapped, drowned down, this man found a way to bow and pray from the earth at the end of the ocean. As death is dawning, the whale is yawning, face to face, now floating from the abyss. The shores of Assyria don't see a light in the deep, a concept to keep of split seas and the oath to stay afloat. I have two more. This one is titled God Created the Flies, and it also references Jonah. I'm struggling to see that the universe is much bigger than me. What puzzles me and I is myself, thoughts of the Creator who was never created but rather existed existentially. Beyond our beliefs lies a thing we could never understand, the reach of God's hand. Could we all be standing below his fingertips? Who knows? My understanding is earthly, humanitarian as I try to imagine what that hand looks like. Or is it a hand at all? Is it just a wafting presence, a glow around us? God created the flies and the worm that ate at apathetic happiness. He was a second of shade which withered into death wishes. So be still the anger of misunderstandings and spare this great city from spiritual darkness. And my last one tonight is titled Cyanide Dreams. This was written at the Golden Owl. They have writers group at the end of every month, and I'll be there next week. So here goes. The cherry pit gave the cherry its inevitable ending after being chewed violently by the kid on Grandma's front porch. But the pit, it only knows being nibbled by ants in a forest of grass. Somewhere in between its cyanide dreams, it could have been a tree. It could have been so free from the teeth, the jaw of a destructive kid who likes to magnify ants into spontaneous combustion. But it's not really spontaneous, is it? The pits, they say, only last for a day in the grand scheme, but a worm on a leaf gave one man so much grief. The cyanide, they say, is a silly sort of poison, and the ants are immune with instinct of choice. Should they choose to amuse the eager thought of what's inside that cherry pit, lest they ignore the fruit, one could kill an entire hill. But on that hill I saw, so clear it wasn't mine to feast and dine on fruit frivolously spat on the greenest ground. They say the grass is greener, but Jonah could have had a cleaner point of view. But you see, God built him askew so we could understand and be renewed. I am not a pit, I am a seed, cared for and given need. I produce what I produce, planted deep within the dirt, given pride and sunshine. Maybe that disgusting kid was on to something. The thought, the flow, he is all that matters to himself. Yet I'm stuck like an unread book on the shelf. So what you may not know, I have the uncanny ability to grow. And that's all I have for you this evening. Thank you everyone for listening.